morning. Hey guys. This is Defining Deborah saying hello and happy Wednesday, July 29th. Okay. Hi. I am actually working this Wednesday. One of my coworkers is going on or has gone on vacation. And the funny thing is, I didn't know her birthday is Sunday and mine is Monday, and we're both Leos. Look at there, haha. Because, Leos are awesome. We are the best. I was trying to see if my face is starting to look any better. I've been doing what she said, which is use the soap. I'm taking some pills that's supposed to work internally. And then I go back to see her in 2 weeks. So I know it's a work in progress. Hopefully, you know what? It'll probably start looking better. Then I'll go to Jamaica and get black as tar and won't be able to tell. So there you go. I know you guys noticed that I have been going in a different direction with my page. And I really have always wanted this page to be one of positivity. We have so many negative things going on in our life or going against us that nobody needs to add any more to it. You know what I'm saying? So this card chat, I did want to say something that actually had me up thinking last night and doing some research. Yesterday I did my meeting on, or my little meditation words was on You're Not Ugly, and it was talking about being told that you were ugly as a child, more or less with appearance, and then because you've been told that, you end up acting it out over a span of your life if you never get a grip on the fact that God had made us all in the image that He has chosen to make us in. You know what? I don't know what's in the air, but as soon as I stepped outside, eyes running, allergies. But, yeah, so today I want to continue with that theme. I will do my words of encouragement this evening when I get home from work. I didn't have time this morning. I mean, I can never get it together like I'm supposed to on any given day. So, but I wanted to talk about the ugliness on YouTube and in my culture. So as I talk, I'm going to let you guys watch the scenery as I go to work. Most of you have probably seen this route and probably tired of it, but here we go. Maybe there's some new stuff today that wasn't out there before. Who knows? I want to talk about this beefing stuff on YouTube. I don't know if the Caucasian sector or the Asian sector or the business sector or the people that try on clothing hauls or the ones who talk about weight loss or makeup or jewelry or vacations. I don't ever see them beefing with each other. I've watched a lot of them, the ones that do decoration, arts and craft, flipping houses, staging houses, building houses, renovating. I've never seen on any of those shows knitting, crocheting, cooking, mukbanging, how to live in Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Iceland, Europe, Paris, wherever, Mexico, expats. I've never seen them fighting amongst each other. What I have seen is that them giving each other praise for having a page, encouragement if they're just starting one, and tips on how to make their YouTube page a good one. What I'm finding, though, that there is this one whole sector that all they do is talk about each other. And the majority of these people, I know every now and then one person of another race gets caught up in it. But for the most part, it's people of color. And it really saddened me because I don't understand. I guess I do, but I don't understand why we're still doing it. Why in my culture we cannot be on one accord, meaning working together in anything. I understand the history that we come from. I understand how one of the most successful things that the white Europeans did when they brought the African man and woman over here was separation, division. The Bible says a house that is divided cannot stand. That has been so prevalent in my culture from generation to generation to generation. We have it where we're divided with colorism. The light-skinned person in the curly hair versus a dark-skinned person with the kinkier or tighter curl hair, to the darker skin, to the bigger lips, the wider nose, the narrow nose, the thinner lips. From the man to the woman being married, women having men in the homes, children being raised with having a man, as a role model. The haves and the have-not, the ones who do have and the ones who do not have, the ones who live in the suburb versus the ones that live in what we would call the hood. And all of that is playing out on YouTube. We can be some of the most vicious people that I have ever seen in my whole life. And I know as a therapist that what I'm seeing is that the venom that's being spit out against each other really has nothing to do with the other person. And that's the part that saddens me, that these people don't even realize that for you to call somebody out of their name, to talk about what they look like, about their shape, about their color, about how they dress, where they live, how they talk, their education, who they are in love with, excuse me, how they address themselves, what type of job they have, how much money they have, who their parents are, their children, their job, the color of their skin. The list goes on and on. I mean, to the point of someone close to you who have passed away, your losses, your past. I mean, it is horrible. And I don't understand, on the flip side, how other people find such raw entertainment in this. It is so bad, and people are so vicious with each other that they are getting clicks and likes. The worse they talk about another person, the uglier it is, the nastier, the cussing, the breaking down of that person, the more clicks and likes they get from the people. Which, of course, those clicks and likes turn into money for the person that's doing it. And that's another whole video of its own, the greed in African American culture. Because it really saddens me that when I see an African American man, and more than one, that feel that it's okay to knock down their sister in their own culture. I have never seen an Asian man do that to an Asian woman. And I'm not saying that they may not do it. I've just never seen it. And the whole time I've been living, and I lived in Korea, I've never seen it. If they do it in private. I've never seen a Hispanic get on YouTube and talk about a Hispanic woman like that. I ain't even seen a white man get on YouTube and talk about a white woman like that. And it's not to say that they don't. What I'm saying is I have not seen it. And I have to wonder, every African American man, black man that I know came through the womb and the vagina of a black woman. So how is it okay for you to turn around and talk about another black woman, and you had a mama, and you may have sisters, or you may have daughters, aunts, friends, wives, girlfriends? Because it says to me, and I say this about any man, if a man can sit up and I see I get tongue-tied because I get upset. If a man can sit up and degrade a woman, then I have to say that he can degrade any woman. Because it normally does not stop with just that one. There's some deep-seated issue that you have with women. On the same token, if I can watch a woman degrade an African-American man, knowing the difficulties we have in our culture with men being head of households, men having enough self-esteem and assurance for them to stand up in our society, and the way that they're killing them left and right, I have to wonder what's wrong with her. What issues do she have with men? Because regardless of what I've gone through in my life, I don't blame any other man other than the man that might have did it. And it has nothing to do with race or any of that. I mean, we have this whole culture now about, what is the man called? The man that has everything that women want, and, you know, whatever it is, I don't know. It's supposed to be the guy that has a good job and be stable and all this stuff like that. Then I hear this other guy that's on YouTube talking about, well, why is it okay for an African-American woman to marry a white man who is less than her when it comes to finances, but she don't want to marry a black man with the same? That's not true. If you look at the broad picture and the consensus of most women and men, there are women of all races who are marrying men who don't make as much as them, and there are men of all races who are marrying women who don't make as much as them, and there are people who are marrying interracial with the same thing. We keep trying to micro-focus on issues that are not that broad, just so that we can get people to watch our channels and give us clicks and likes. This thing on YouTube is so crazy. The internet and the technology that we have come up with is such a positive and awesome thing. But on the other hand, it is some of the most evil, outlandish, ridiculous foolishness that I have ever seen in my whole life. It really is. What gives us the right to get on a platform and think that it's okay to bring up somebody else's past? Who are we? Who are you? People that we don't even know, we're talking about their parents. We're talking about their children. We're talking about what they did when they were teenagers or in their 20s. And the thing is, I'm not watching young people in their 20s doing this or teenagers doing this. I'm watching old ass people in their 40s and 50s and 60s sitting there fighting amongst each other every day just so they can get people to give them clicks and likes, and so YouTube will give them a paycheck. And the first thing they'll tell you is that, oh no, I'm not doing this for the money. Oh, I don't care anything about subscribers and all this stuff. It has nothing to do with the money. But oh yes, it does, because you know why? It takes a lot longer and it's a lot harder to organically grow your page and really get people to watch you when you're doing something positive. Oh, I should know. I commend the ones who have decided that, you know, regardless of what somebody says about me, I'm just going to move ahead in what it is that I'm called here to do and what I got on YouTube to do originally. And I say this because, hey, I'm one of those people that have gotten talked about. And the crazy thing is, I'm like, who are these people? And why did I become a significant part of their life that you needed to address me? But what I chose to do was to ignore it. Why? Because I'm healthy. When it comes to negativity, I'm not going to allow that in my life from people that I actually know, let alone from people that I don't know, never seen, never even talked to on the phone, have no idea who they really are. I will not do that. I will not address those issues. I will not become part of that sector that wants to call each other names, because just like I don't want you to talk about me, I don't have a reason to talk about you because I don't know you. And for me, as a human being and as a person, I don't get off on calling other people names. I don't get off on talking about their family or their jobs or their past, because we all have a past. We all have family that may not be up to par, as some people may say. We all have children who are vulnerable. We all have a job that we need and want to keep because it pays the bills. We all may not live in a palace, but we have a roof over our head, and we should be thankful for that. See, it's not even about what you have and what you don't have, or the education that you have or you don't have, because you know what? It all boils down to character, dignity, and respect. And I don't care if you have the highest degree, which is a doctorate. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole with a doctorate. I don't care if you're the most streetwise person in the world. If you're an asshole, you're a streetwise asshole. See, what's inside you will definitely always come out, regardless of how you try to mask it and hide it. And what I'm seeing from a therapist's point of view is that we have a lot of hurt and angry and frustrated people out here on the YouTube streets. And I would implore, seriously, stop it. Stop it. It's not healthy for you or the people you're talking about. And then look at the generations behind you. You do have a family. You do have other people that this affect. I would be appalled to see my mom or dad on YouTube saying and doing some of the things that I see these adults doing. I would never do that to my son or my grandchildren. Because the thing is, once you put it out there in the airwaves and the highways of YouTube, it will always be there. I don't care if you put something up and snatch it down. There's always somebody who has taken a screenshot or saved that video. Even in the wee hours of the morning when you say something because you're upset, and then you realize maybe I shouldn't say that, so let me take this back down, snatch it back down. Oh, there was somebody else up who couldn't sleep or was just up, and they also saw what you did and said, you know what? Let me save this just in case they decide they want to take it down, or I can use it later on. How about we start sweeping around and cleaning up our house? And when I say house, I mean the house that you walk and breathe and live in daily. Your physical body, your physical mind, your emotions, all of that. Because if you're a healthy person, what you want to do is spew out positive, healthy things to other people. You don't want your mark on life to be that you could out-talk, out-cuss, out-drag down another person. Is that really what you want your legacy to be? Because if people are really smart, I don't see smart people doing that. If you really are a person that's trying to gain wealth, I don't see wealthy people having to do that. If you really are a person that has character, I don't see anybody that has character having to do that. And if you really know how to respect another person and yourself, I don't see you having to do that. And so this is just one of my little rants about some of the things that I see that really saddens me in my spirit. I pray wholeheartedly to God that someone steps in the path of these people and they be enlightened to the fact that this is not the way that they want to represent themselves to the world. And really, this is not what God called you to do. He didn't put you on this earth to tear another person down. I'm going to end with this. Each day, each and every one of us has an opportunity to lift and build somebody up or tear them down. Which one are you choosing today? You guys have a wonderful Wednesday. Thanks for listening, and subscribe and share if you enjoy the content. And I will talk to you guys later. And here I go to work. So you guys have a blessed day. Bye.